So when you're playing the Milwaukee Bucks, you have to load up on the 7-foot guy who moves like a point guard, that guy being Giannis, of course. We definitely have our work cut out for us on this one, and I would say he is the best player that we've played in this series so far, and we still haven't won a game in this series. We're 0-2 currently, so if Giannis could not go off for 45 points, then that would be a great thing. As far as how we're going to do it, we're just going to have to load up on him, man, and we're going to have to dare the rest of this roster to try to beat us. And the thing that is so difficult when facing him is he can score in so many different ways. He can just beat you in a one-on-one situation. He can out-muscle you, depending on the matchup. Or he could just fly past everybody in transition, or you can play good defense on Giannis and it doesn't matter at all. Now, my matchup is Eric Bledsoe. I am going to have to leave him open sometimes, because if it's between Giannis and a one-on-one or Bledsoe with a relatively open three, I will take the risk. Jabari can be a bit of a wild card because, I mean, he can definitely put points up, but I feel like if you play some solid enough defense on him and you get back to him on a closeout and all that, he's not going to kill you all the time. A lot of this is because of his injury. Chris Middleton is maybe the best open three-point shooter on this team. There's Tony Snell as well. I probably won't end up on Middleton that much. So hopefully KCP and the like are just good at the help defense when Giannis decides to just be a behemoth towards the basket. Now, Giannis is playing small forward, but I do think there's a chance that Julius could end up on him sometimes, and I think if Giannis wants to post up, I think Julius could have a pretty okay time. Now, if he wants to take him off the dribble, well, I don't know. I mean, Randall is one of the better switch big guys in the league, so we might still have a chance there. But I think Brandon Ingram's going to get the assignment the majority of the time. And while I do think Ingram has shown some good signs as a defensive player, I'm probably going to have to help him out a few times. From a strength standpoint, a height standpoint, he's got his work cut out for him, and that's nothing against him. Like, he's facing a 7-foot point guard, essentially, who just plays the forward position. So, no shame in needing help defense, if you ask me. That's the name of the game. As far as our offensive strategy, I mean, just turn our defense into offense, you know? So hopefully Ingram can have a chance against Giannis. Hopefully we have a chance against the guy. And now let's just see what the hell is going to happen. Very first possession, at least of the video, Giannis at an ISO against Ingram. I thought about it for a split second. It seems like KCP committed a little bit more, and that's the risk that you run. B-ball breakdown always says don't help from one pass away. And I do think we had Giannis kind of dead in the water on that one. So, you know, hopefully KCP is just a little smarter with the rotation in the future. As I say that, I'll probably mess up some rotation. This offensive possession's going nowhere for us, but eventually Brandon Ingram takes it upon himself to put 2 points on the board. Ingram gets himself quite a few opportunities in this game. Now, if they want to post up with Tyler Zeller, I am totally okay with that, and they can do whatever they want. You see what I mean? I got switched onto Middleton, didn't even realize it, and I left him wide open, so maybe I shouldn't be talking too much about KCP messing up on a help defense thing. Now this here, that's an isolation. I did say in the previous video that sometimes when a possession dies down, I should take it upon myself to go in an ISO a little bit more often. And I was able to do it on that one. I was successful, and yeah, that's Giannis in a nutshell. Just a freight train going down to the basket. You can try to get in front of him. He might end up knocking you over in the process. And I have no idea how that was an assist, because the moment I threw that, I said to myself, that's a turnover. That was a bad pass, but you know what, Tyler Zeller? I'll take it, you know? You'll see what we do here. I think that was pretty good execution. Force him to pass it out, get back over to Bledsoe, and, I mean, he just nails a really tough shot on me. I mean, I'm going to be confident in saying that they're not going to make those type of shots all game. Now, that shot that Giannis just missed, yeah, there's a decent chance that's going to go in. But if Bledsoe nails like 4 step-back threes on me this game, then whatever, I'll take it. Good shot by Brandon Ingram. He shoots the ball a lot in this video. Like, a lot. Here's another one for you. I think he's missed almost all of them up to this point. He just made that other one. Actually, that's not true. I think he's made the majority of them in this video so far, because he had that layup that bailed us out on like the second possession of the game. So I don't know what I'm talking about. With Giannis not in the game currently, we can't waste these minutes. And it helps when Shabazz Muhammad wants to look like me when I play basketball by throwing it off the side of the backboard. Bledsoe has not respected my jump shot at all, which I would say is a smart idea, but you do have to respect KCP's. And actually, the one thing with being a guy like Lonzo is you should still stay on me somewhat, because you're just giving me all the passing lanes in the world, you know? Ingram gets beat by Muhammad on that one. Similar thing to when Rondo was really good for the Celtics, his teams would leave him wide open, and then there would be no pressure. He could just throw it to whoever he wanted to at all times. Tried to get Ingram another shot on that one. I don't remember what ended up making him shoot the ball so many times in this game. I don't know if I was focusing on a matchup or whatever. That was pretty damn good. Shout out to Ingram for that screen right there that he just formed a brick wall on Eric Bledsoe, allowing me to get 2 easy points. Brook Lopez with a very good pass as well. And shout out to Luke Walton for having a pretty decent playbook. You'll notice that a lot of the time I just have the plays run for me. Hold on, before we talk about that, we do have to give some credit to Julius for running the floor. But you'll notice that some of the plays, I just run them myself. Now, I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I call an audible, which I think is fine as the point guard of the team. But there are times when I'll just walk up floor and just see what happens with the default Lakers playbook, because some of the plays are actually pretty decent. They've generated some open looks and all that. Tony Snell's feeling himself. I would recommend he not do that. I would also recommend that whoever the head coach of this team is should put Giannis back in the game. Kyle Kuzma with a long two-pointer. He's taken a lot of long twos in the series. From an efficiency standpoint, not good. But you know what? I'll take the buckets and I'll take the assists as well. We get another one right there. Kuzma is an interesting player who is not in all the time when I'm in the game. He's pretty much always in with the second unit, which breaks my heart a little bit because he's a good shooter. And he might even be one of our best shooters now that I think about it. Him and like KCP in terms of 3-point shots. I tried to run the reverse jinx by saying that, and then Ingram would make that one in. Unfortunately, it did not work. And somehow we get a turnover. I'll take it, I guess. KCP is definitely our best transition guy. You know, he's had himself quite a few transition buckets. We're going to it again. We're going to double team him, and that is honestly all we can ask for. I mean, he really bailed us out with that one, because I feel like even if I double team him, he could still hit me with like a spin move and just get through both of us and score at the basket. So any turnaround jumpers that Giannis wants to take, I'm going to be okay with. Jabari could not handle Brandon Ingram on that one. 2 young players who I think have a lot of potential. Ingram and Jabari. Haven't totally realized it yet for different reasons, but I think both of them will be really good. We just loaded up on Eric Bledsoe on that pick and roll. We did not care about Tyler Zeller's existence at all on that one. As a Celtics fan who saw Tyler Zeller for like 2 years, there's not really much to fear with him unless you leave him totally wide open from 15 feet. Then he actually has a not bad mid-range. What are we going to do on this possession? Am I going to try to bail us out with another ISO? Bledsoe's getting really close to me, and Giannis almost grabbed that out of the air, but a very efficient game, I would say, so far. I'm not shooting the ball too much, really at all, which is kind of the name of the game with Lonzo. Double team once again, and this time I totally committed to that one. That was dangerous. He could have got that out to Bledsoe. That's a good possession, man. We double team Giannis, force a foul. I'm sure the Staples Center would get hyped out from that one. That's typically how it goes, right? When you force the opposing star, especially to commit an offensive foul after you just make a miss, that's usually a thing that gets a crowd going. Can Brook Lopez score on Tyler Zeller? I think he was a little nice with the turnaround, and I think there are too many turnaround jumpers in 2K18 in general, but we got the bucket nonetheless. I like the attempt from Ingram, even if it didn't drop. Milwaukee's having a tough time generating offense at the moment. Bledsoe's trying to take me in a one-on-one. I think that was some pretty okay defense. Julius Randle with the just stand there defense, also known as the regular season LeBron. That was pretty good. we're getting easy baskets. We're just flowing throughout the offense, coming off of screens, getting some easy layups. And then occasionally, if the team needs me to go isolation, it's going pretty well. We're up by a lot of points. And I'll tell you now, we do win this game. So we get our first win. And now in this fourth quarter, we're just going to see a couple of little plays that I was a fan of. I don't really remember what this one is. I know Isaiah's moving off ball. It doesn't work, clearly. I think this one is simply, this was just another easy pick and roll layup. And now, what might be the biggest anomaly of this entire series, not Eric Bledsoe making a three-pointer. What's up with point guards who aren't that great from three making threes on me? Bledsoe did it. Someone did it in another video, I don't remember which one. But this is the craziest thing you're going to see. So, the play is developing, and I'm just kind of lingering, going for the cheese offensive rebounds, which is a mainstay of my career. They leave me wide open, and Lonzo Ball made a three-pointer. I'm not going to bank on that happening too much, but I was wide open, and it was in the corner, which is the easiest three-pointer you could make. I mean, PJ Tucker's shooting like 36% from three, just shooting those this season for the Rockets. So, yeah, we get a victory. Isaiah was great. I saw pretty much none of him doing what he did. This is a quality performance if you ask me. No turnovers, very efficient, and I totally should have shown Giannis's stat line. So we're just going to assume that he was a little bit disappointing, and we did a pretty good job on him.